Trying to rank every starting quarterback by how good they are is boring and it's difficult. Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen are at the top, and Daniel Jones and Jacoby Brissett are at the bottom. Who gives a shit? Instead, I'm going to figure out which starting quarterback would win in a Hunger Games style battle royale fight to the death. You can see all of the starting quarterbacks here, and I decided to go ahead and put in all the rookies because it's fun and it's my video. The first two we have here are Bo Nix and CJ Stroud. Bo Nix is kind of skinny. CJ Stroud is built a little bit thicker. I also think CJ Stroud is just a hair more athletic. And at the end of the day, we know that Stroud has a much stronger arm than Bo Nix does. CJ Stroud goes to round 2. Next up, we have Jaden Daniels and Deshaun Watson. So what do we know about these two guys? We know that Jaden Daniels repeatedly looked like a toddler getting ran over by a dump truck last season. He's not very good at protecting his own body, but he's really fast, pretty nimble, and he's got a pretty good arm. Now, we actually know a lot about Deshaun Watson. We know he likes to get loose because he goes to a lot of massage parlors. We know he's aggressive because he went to a lot of massage parlors. And we know that he paid off a bunch of... Now, only because I don't really want to deal with him anymore, I'm going to give Jaden Daniels the win. Up next, we have Matt Stafford and Daniel Jones. Matt Stafford is old, but he's really strong. He's pretty good athlete, but not as good an athlete as Daniel Jones, who is significantly younger, still coming off of that Achilles injury though. Daniel Jones is also randomly a massive human being, so I'm going to give this one to DJ. Then we have Trevor Lawrence versus Jordan Love. Trevor Lawrence is built like a human stick bug. Trevor Lawrence is built like a stick figure came to life, but he does have a really good reach. Jordan Love is a bit shorter, but he is a much better athlete, I think. I'm going to give this one to Jordan Love. Now, Jalen Hurts versus Joe Burrow. I think this is a slam dunk auto pick. Should be favored 1,000 to 1. Joe Burrow is built out of paper mache, and Jalen Hurts is an athletic freak. Easy dub for Jalen. Then we have Justin Herbert versus Gardner Minshew! Now, I don't know about you guys, but I don't know that there's a single quarterback that I'd rather have in a bar fight than Gardner Minshew. I can just imagine him flying over a pool table to help you out in a fight. For that reason, I'm going with Gardner 10 times out of 10. Then we have Josh Allen and Sam Darnold, two guys from the same draft class who had very different outcomes, but we know that Josh Allen is built like an alien and Sam Darnold is not. And then we have a really interesting one, Anthony Richardson versus Patrick Mahomes. I know Patrick Mahomes is the GOAT. I know he's a really good quarterback, but that's not what this is about. Patrick Mahomes is getting up there in age. He's almost 30. Anthony Richardson, on the other hand, is a young buck that looks like he was training with Goku. I know people aren't going to like it, but I'm giving it to Anthony Richardson. Brock Purdy versus Derek Carr. Brock Purdy is short, but for some reason, I can just imagine him in a backwards hat and khaki shorts at a fraternity party, and I feel like an intoxicated Brock just wipes the floor with Derek Carr. Easy W. Then we have Geno Smith versus Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins, Big Kirko. Kirk Cousins is in his mid to late 30s and coming off an Achilles tear. Geno Smith is known for being pretty athletic throughout his career. I also think that Kirk would be worried about staining that plaid shirt he got from Kohl's, so I'm going to give it to Geno. Then we have Russell Wilson and Kyler Murray. These two quarterbacks firmly fall into the short category. Russ is kind of getting up there in age. I also think he's corny as hell. Kyler Murray definitely seems like a more no-nonsense type of guy who could hold himself up in a fight. Giving it to Kyler. Up next, we have Drake May versus Lamar Jackson. Lamar has the speed, he has the experience, but I think Drake May actually has a longer reach than him. Regardless, there's no shot I'm not picking Lamar in this situation. Then we have Bryce Young and Baker Mayfield, two more short kings for this list. Bryce Young has that same kind of thing that Jaden Daniels does, where I feel like a stiff breeze could actually kill him. Baker Mayfield, on the other hand, I think has similar vibes to guys like Gardner Minshew and Brock Purdy. He also has overwhelming confidence for a guy that size, so I'm going to give it to Baker. Up next, we have Ryan Gosling versus Tua Tagovailoa. I think this one's pretty self-explanatory. If I were choosing quarterbacks to accompany me in a fight, Jared Goff would 100% be at the bottom of that list. Tua, on the other hand, I wouldn't mess with anybody from the islands. I feel like they would actually kill me. So I'm going to give this one to Tua. Up next, we have a guy who skips work to do ayahuasca trips, and then a guy who mixes mayonnaise with his coffee. Aaron Rodgers goes firmly in the old category. Will Levis is big and athletic. He's got the reach, and he's like 15 years younger. Give me Will Levis in this situation. Finally, we have future free agent Dak Prescott versus Caleb Williams, the new hotness. I think both of these quarterbacks are pretty good athletes in their own right, but Dak Prescott has got that veteran experience behind him. Neither one of these quarterbacks are proven winners either, so you worry about that competitive edge. I don't see either one of them making it out of the next round, but for this one, I'm giving it to Dak. And that is the complete first round of the quarterback deathmatch. I'm probably going to do a second part of this, assuming this video does well. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and all that fun YouTube stuff. As always, your support is greatly appreciated. And of course, I will see you in the next one.